Narcissists know how to twist and turn reality to suit their own needs. They love bomb their wives after every abuse encounter and convince them they are the abusers. It can be challenging for wives to pinpoint what they are precisely experiencing even during the abuse. If you're a wife who your narcissistic husband is mentally abusing, here are some behaviors you may be exhibiting. Number 1. You develop self-doubt. When you first met your husband, he seemed like a regular guy, maybe even a little shy. But as time went on, he began to change. He started belittling you, criticizing your every move, and telling you that you weren't good enough for him or anyone else. It was hard to understand why he would treat you so poorly when you only wanted to make him happy. Since everything is about them and their needs, it's no surprise that your needs get pushed aside. This leads to the development of self-doubt. You start to doubt your opinions and thoughts and second-guess yourself. You might wonder if you're too sensitive or harsh, not doing enough for your children, or just plain wrong about everything. You also start to believe that maybe your husband isn't a narcissist. Perhaps it's all in your head. This can lead to anxiety and depression on your part, leading to more criticism from your husband, and the cycle continues. Number 2. You lose trust in people, especially those close to you. The effects of mental abuse can be devastating and extend far beyond the suffering person. In addition to anxiety you may feel from the abuse, you may also experience trust issues toward those closest to you. You feel you can't rely on anyone, making it hard for you to open up and form relationships with others. You may also avoid getting close to others out of fear that they may hurt you. You lose this trust because your narcissistic husband has conditioned you to believe that everyone else is out to get you. You might feel like you constantly have to watch what you say and do around others because they'll just use it against you later on. Number 3. You feel isolated and helpless. Once you are mentally abused by a narcissist, you probably feel like you can't talk about your feelings with anyone. Your narcissistic husband will cut you off from everyone who might help you. You feel isolated and helpless, and it's not enough for him that you are isolated from your family and friends. He will make sure that no one knows about what's going on in your life either. He may even go as far as threatening those who care about you if they try to reach out. Finding the motivation to leave can be challenging because you may feel like the only person who understands what's going on is your narcissistic husband. You're so used to trying to make things work that you don't even realize how much control your husband has over you. You have no idea how to fix your situation, and you don't know where to turn for help. Number 4. You have trouble making your own decisions. Your narcissistic husband will keep you in constant uncertainty and doubt, and he'll use that power to control you. He might tell you your decision isn't right, or even say it's not worth the effort because it won't work anyway. This can make you feel like you're walking on eggshells around him and that every decision is a huge risk. You may also be unable to make decisions regarding other parts of your life, like your career, family, or friends. Your husband may have convinced you that he's the only one who knows what's best for you and that it's okay for him to make all your decisions for you. He may also have convinced you that he has more knowledge than you do on a given topic, so anything he says goes. Number 5. You always feel like you are at fault. Wives who are mentally abused by narcissists tend to internalize much blame for how their spouses treat them. They take on more responsibility than they should appease their husbands. Narcissistic husbands have a way of making you feel like everything is your fault, no matter what. He won't take responsibility for the consequences when things go wrong in his life, because they're always someone else's fault. Yours. Narcissists are masters of manipulation and know how to make themselves look like victims while making their partners feel guilty. Narcissistic husbands will use shaming tactics such as name-calling and put-downs to make their wives feel incompetent, inadequate, and worthless. Narcissistic husbands often use guilt trips or emotional manipulation to make you feel bad about yourself. Number 6. You often feel insecure. As a wife who your narcissistic husband mentally abuses, you are no more sure of your worth. You feel like you are constantly trying to prove yourself, which can lead to being hypercritical, even when there's no reason to be. You may feel insecure about your looks, your abilities, and even things that aren't real. If you find yourself wondering if you look fat in a dress or if you're not good enough at something, it could be because of your husband's constant put-downs. Being a narcissist's wife is like being a child in a dysfunctional family. You're constantly trying to find your footing, and you never know if you will be punished for something or rewarded. Narcissistic wives often suffer from low self-esteem because they've been told by their husbands that they are not good enough and don't deserve love. They will never consider how their actions affect you or how they could be hurting you. Number 7. You feel restless. One of the most common behaviors of wives who are mentally abused by narcissistic husbands is feeling restless. You feel restless, like there's a hole in your soul. You can't wait to get away from your husband, and you don't know why. You are always looking for a way to escape. You feel trapped in your home and never have the peace you crave. You feel like your life is on hold, making you miserable. You don't know how to cope with this feeling of restlessness, so you blame yourself. You think it's because you're not spending enough time with friends or family, or haven't been working out lately. But deep down in your heart, you know what's going on. You're feeling restless because your husband has made being around him unbearable, and he's staking his claim on every aspect of your life. Number 8. You constantly compare yourself to others. Narcissists make us feel inferior, which forces us to compare ourselves to others. As a wife, you spend a lot of time obsessing over other people's lives and always feel like you're falling short. This is typical behavior among women who are mentally abused by their narcissistic husbands. They constantly compare themselves and their lives against other people's. It's easy to get caught up in this cycle, but it's important to remember that there isn't any one way to be a wife. Everyone is different and has unique qualities and skills. No one can fill the role of being a perfect wife for your husband, so why put so much pressure on yourself? Number 9. You self-sabotage and self-destruct. When you are mentally abused by your narcissistic husband, it can feel like there's no way out. You might think you have to just deal with it because he will keep doing what he's doing until he gets bored and moves on to the next thing. Narcissistic husbands often tell their wives they're not good enough, pretty enough, or intelligent enough. You feel like you are not worthy of better treatment. You feel like you will never be able to get out of the situation, so why bother trying? You have a hard time setting boundaries, and you're afraid to say no. You try to destroy and sabotage your happiness by choosing actions that will lead you back into bad situations rather than those that will bring joy. Your narcissistic husband is controlling, manipulative, and abusive, but you're scared to leave him. You feel like if you leave him, he'll make your life hell, so you stay. But no matter how much fear and anxiety you have about going this guy, the thing is, it will never be as high as the stress and the trauma he puts you through daily if you stay in the marriage. Seek professional help and take action for yourself. Did you find this video informative? Let us know in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. It helps us a lot. Watch this next video over here.